For better or worse, fame is the industry of Hollywood. And with fame comes some responsibilities and some challenges. Howard Bragman has been counseling those who are highly visible for the better part of 2 decades and has made a name for himself as the go-to guy when it comes to fame and notoriety. And Bragman is not one to be starstruck by the rich and famous either. The advice he gives is often blunt and uncompromising. The smart ones listen to Bragman, and the others, well, let's just say they take their chances. And he's been doing it for a long time.
I worked at a small PR firm in Chicago. It was my first job. And from really my first week, I loved it. I felt like I had a home. The book is called Where's My 15 Minutes? Really, it's no reference to Andy Warhol. It has to do with my attention span. And PR is a perfect fit for that. I always think the PR guy's the guy juggling the plates on the sticks. And you got 12 plates up in the air, and you better not let them fall or break, or people will boo you. And I always felt like that as a PR guy. But I've loved this business, and I feel very lucky and blessed to have been doing it for 3 decades.
Howard Bragman, can you help me out here?
AJ, I got tuna salad in my refrigerator that's got a longer shelf life than Ashley does, okay? I don't know what the truth is behind the Lindsay story. The one who really got screwed in the Lindsay story was the mink. That's the dead person whose fur was stolen. Let's be clear. I mean, during the Britney scandal, we couldn't get his chubby little face off of TV.
As you built your first agency, Bragman, Nyman, Caffarelli, how did your view of what you do change? That is to say, you could set the rules, you recruited clients, you had to live and die by your own decisions. Was that different from working in a big corporation like Burson Marsteller?
Well, there's sort of 2 different issues. In terms of the PR business, BNC, a lot of companies did celebrities and causes and corporations. And I consider that sort of the big 3. When you want to build a brand, you take a celebrity, you take a cause, you take a corporation, and you've got a foundation to build on. A lot of PR firms in the Hollywood area and the entertainment industry did that, but we made them work together. From the ground up, we really believed that celebrities had to work with causes, had to work with our corporations. Not in every case, but as a matter of principle, that we would not have fiefdoms in our company, that we would build a company that was cohesive. And I still believe that. But in the time, the almost 20 years since I built Bragman, Nyman, Caffarelli until today, when I run 15 Minutes, the speed has changed. The internet has changed everything. And what's really interesting, one of the most important things, is that it's not enough just to get publicity. You have to, if you're a celebrity, say, or you're a company, you have to deal with your customers. You have to deal with your fans. You have to deal with your audience. And you do this on Facebook. You do it on Twitter. You do it on MySpace. And you have to make a little more personal communication because people want and expect this in this world we live in.
Howard Bragman watched the profession of public relations go from the superficial business of studios trying to sugarcoat the reputation of their spoiled stars to an entirely new profession that dug deeper into celebrities' lives and insisted that it was not enough for these famous people to look good. They also had to be good. Let's talk a little bit about a couple of the cases that you've handled over the years. What was your advice in these cases? First, Joe Stefan, the young man who was booted from the Naval Academy for being gay back in the late 1980s.
There were 2 parts that were really fascinating in the Stefan case. One was the honor code of the Naval Academy. I shall not lie, cheat, or steal. He was asked if he was gay. He wasn't asked if he had participated in sexual activities. He was asked if he was gay, and he said, yes, I am. And he answered that truthfully. And the second thing was, based on that, they expelled him from the academy. And what's interesting is, this is the thought police at work. If they say you're not allowed sexual intimacy at the Naval Academy and you break it, you've broken a law. But are you breaking a law by thinking about it? And I'll never forget, during the court case, Mark Walensky, who was his very competent counsel, was presenting to the judge. And Mark Walensky says, well, what about the yarmulke case? And the judge says, I know the yarmulke case. I made that ruling. And he said, if the military says you can't wear a yarmulke, you can't wear a yarmulke. And Mark Walensky looked at him and said, yeah, but can you keep him from wanting to wear a yarmulke? And I just thought that was the essence of the case.
How about the Lewinsky family, Monica Lewinsky and her family during the controversy that arose over her relationship with President Clinton? What did you counsel them? How did you help them get through that?
I think the Lewinsky situation, when I work with Monica and her family, was one where you know you're going to get the crap beat out of you and you're going to endure a lot of pain. What I tried to do was help them to understand what they were going to go through, to choose their shots, when we're going to go on TV or do an interview, who we're going to talk to, what to say when we do it. There was one technique I used for Monica's dad. And that was, I said, Bernie, it's Bernie Lewinsky. I said, write down the 10 worst questions you can imagine anyone asking you. And he went in the room and he wrote them down, and there were tears in his eyes. And an hour later, we had gone through all the questions, and I showed him, here's how you answer each of these questions in the most powerful way. And he felt empowered. If you can handle the 10 worst questions, you can handle anything at that point. And I didn't make it perfect, but I made it better. And I have nothing but affection and respect for the family to this day, because Monica could have done a lot of things for a lot of money that were of questionable morality. But Monica chose dignity over dollars. And in the long run, it was better for her soul. It was better for America. And she did the right thing, and I respect her for it to this day a great deal.
A lot of people in society have senses of entitlement, whether they're celebrities or normal people. Bad behavior is bad behavior. It's not something that celebrities have exclusive purview on. I represent both. I represent corporate America, and I represent celebrities.
For Bragman, reinventing yourself is the name of the game. He has collected his candid and highly entertaining observations about fame, celebrity, and public image in a book entitled Where's My 15 Minutes? And while he may keep some aspects of his life private, much of his work and career are, well, an open book. You've been out for a long time here in a city where being gay doesn't carry the sort of disapproval that it does elsewhere. Do you have any reflections on being gay, being visible, and the role of LGBT people here in Hollywood?
I've been out since I graduated college. Since I was living on my own in Chicago 30 years ago, I've been out of the closet. And I just didn't want to live a dishonest life. And it used to be a much bigger thing in Chicago 30 years ago. It was quite an ordeal. Here, nobody cares. And guess what? I'm sure I've lost clients over the years because they say if I sign with Howard, people think I'm gay or this or that. I don't care. If they don't like my politics, go sign with someone whose politics you like better. I've been willing to take the good with the bad, but nothing will replace the satisfaction that I've had of living a life of integrity.